Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Hopefully this video works because today I've been having some laptop issues with the camera app or whatever on this laptop. So hopefully it works this time. This is the third time of me testing it out for this camera thing for the video mode of this laptop. So I'm coming back at you today for an album review, or returning to you for an album review today. And this is for a new album review for One OK Rock's 10th studio album, Luxury Disease, that I just got done listening to for this 15-track album that I listened to. The other two tracks, like Broken Heart of Gold and Gravity, were basically Japanese versions, and that's why I couldn't find English versions for most of them. I think Broken Heart of Gold had an English version, but yeah, Gravity didn't. But still, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 15 songs for this new album, Luxury Disease, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, it starts with the first song, which is Save Yourself, which is a really good track, in my opinion. Taka's vocals sound really good in it, and the drum work and guitar work and some of the electronics can be weird at times, but I think it fits with the song, I guess. So 5 out of 5 for this one. I really enjoyed the first song on the album, which this was like a single we got back in June of this year, late June, which I'm really glad they put out another song and a couple other songs after that, 2 months later, prior to the release of this album. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for Save Yourself. I really enjoyed this song. Neon's the next song, and that was a little cringy, but also in a decent way. I think it was a decent song. It's not my personal favorite song. It's just the way Taka is singing the track. I'm not feeling or connecting with this song on a loving kind of track, or meaning if not if I'm meaning that I'm not really connecting with the song is what I'm trying to say. Sorry if I'm pausing and trying to think of what to say to make the video pretty good or whatever. I'm trying to make this video as good as possible, but yeah, I have my slip ups some of the time. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for Neon. I just don't like the way Taka's singing in this track. It sounds a little weird and somewhat processed and auto-tuned and all that with some of his vocals, but it is good in its own way. It just could do a little better, in my opinion. Vandalize is the next track, and that was a really good song. There was a lyric that probably shouldn't have been part of the Sonic Frontiers uh, video game theme song or whatever. It said "fuck the pain away," and I'm like, wow. Like, what a strong lyric right there. That kind of throws some of the listeners off a bit, like, what the fuck kind of shit. But yeah, it's a really good song. I really like this track, and honestly, Taka sounds really good vocally in this track. The "fuck the pain away" lyric, I don't know if I feel for that lyric as of now, because I realized when looking into the lyricism, and sorry about that, that's my firewall options showing up. It's probably going to do it again in a moment, so please forgive me on recording this when the firewall options are popping up with the I don't know kind of ding or whatever. So yeah, Vandalize 5 out of 5. Did enjoy this track. Lyrics are pretty well done except for the chorus lyric, "fuck the pain away" lyric. When They Turn the Lights On is a decent one. It's probably weaker than Neon, but it's this and Neon are probably the weakest songs on the album. Because When They Turn the Lights On had some weird, cringy moments with Taka singing in it. But other than that, I think the track did decently, so 4 out of 5. I got not a lot of complaints about it, but some complaints with how it's sounding overall. So, and I'm sorry about that next ding or whatever. It's my firewall thing. So basically 4 out of 5 for When They Turn the Lights On. It's a decent song, but it could have been a little better utilized and executed well. Let Me Let You Go was a pretty good track. I remember reviewing it last week, and definitely go check out my track review for it. I think you'll enjoy it. This was a pretty good song, so 5 out of 5. I really like how it's sounding overall. Taka's vocals is sounding good, and the execution of this track is spot on, very good, so 5 out of 5. So Far Gone is more like a mellow slash rock track at times, but it does pretty good with what it goes for, so 5 out of 5 for this one. Really enjoyed this track. Um, I wasn't sure if I was gonna really like it at first after listening to it more, but it's grown on me. Next is Prove, the seventh song on the album, and I really enjoyed this track. The chorus is memorable for sure, with Taka singing in it, and just the "and I'll prove it to you" lyric and all that. I really like that part in the song. Sounds really good, so 5 out of 5. Mad World is the next song, and that one was solid. It's good in its own way, but has its weak moments with the production at the verses of this track. So, yeah, the verses are the weak part of the song, but the chorus is pretty enjoyable for some of it, at least. Not everything about the chorus is great, but it's alright, so 4.5 out of 5. Freedom featuring Teddy Swims was a pretty good track. Some of the production I wasn't sure if I was on board with for the verses, but I think it works when the chorus comes in. And it's a song you gotta listen to a few times to see if it grows on you. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Renegades, I remember reviewing it last year, back in April of last year, and I really enjoyed this track for sure. So 5 out of 5. You can definitely go check out my track review for it if you haven't seen it. I think you'll like it. Next is Out of Sight. Really like this song for sure. The chorus is pretty enjoyable to listen through, and the verses uh pick it up a bit. They follow along with how the song is going. Basically, it builds up. This track is what I'm trying to say, to the pretty enjoyable chorus. So the "String Me Along" lyric that Taka sings, the way he's singing it sounds really good, in my personal opinion. So 5 out of 5. Your Tears Are Mine is a pretty good song. Really enjoyed this, so 5 out of 5. I got no complaints about the track. I just really enjoyed how it's sounding. It's got nice piano work, and it's a pretty melodic track, and very mellow too. So 5 out of 5. Wonder was a pretty enjoyable track to end the international version, and I really liked this track for what it went for. Taka sounds really good vocally, and the drum work and guitar work in this is pretty epic for sure, so 5 out of 5. Now to talk about the Japan songs, the deluxe edition songs, of course. Broken Heart of Gold, I heard the English version for it, and that's pretty good. I've heard both versions, so the Japanese version and the international version. And the international version is probably my favorite, but the Japanese version is pretty good too, so 5 out of 5 for this one. And finally, Gravity was featuring Satoshi Fujihara, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He did pretty well with his vocals in this track. This had some experimentation, this song, with the electronics, but other than that, I think the track did pretty well, so 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think 1OK Rock's Luxury Disease was. Give me a second, guys. I just gotta deal with something. It's popping up on my end or whatever. Uh, Come on, you stupid laptop. Sorry about that, guys. It was telling me to wait an hour or other options to restart my laptop or whatever, so it was a certain pop-up on my laptop. It does the virus protection stuff, so that's what it was. I don't have the money to get virus protection on this laptop, but I'll make sure I'm careful with it, of course. So basically, overall, I think One OK Rock Luxury Disease, like I was trying to say, is a pretty good listen. It's better than Eye of the Storm. I think they did a pretty good job. Despite some songs I have issues with, that technically this album should have gotten an 8 out of 10, but with the other tracks, I think they perform very well. And Mad World was probably another least favorite of mine, so was When They Turn the Lights On and Neon. But other than that, the rest of the album did very well. So overall, I think One OK Rock Luxury Disease is a pretty good listen. Highly recommend you check it out when it comes out tomorrow, or at midnight tonight, or tomorrow sometime, whenever you have time to listen to it, of course. So first score for me, I'm giving One OK Rock's Luxury Disease album, all 15 tracks that I listened to, I'm giving this a 8.5 out of 10. This was a pretty good listen. Had a good time listening to it. It's going to be on my best albums of 2022. And I was like, damn, they took this long to make this album? I'm glad they made an album, finally, after waiting 3.5 years since Eye of the Storm. Because it's been 3 years and 7 months since that album, of course. But at least we got another One OK Rock album to really enjoy for the time being. So 8.5 out of 10 for Luxury Disease. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new One OK Rock album, Luxury Disease, if you've heard it. And if you enjoyed this lengthy album review, and sorry that it's pretty lengthy, I just had to go into some detail with what I listened through with this album. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. Hopefully this video works and it doesn't cut out the audio quality. I'll just have to test it out and make sure before I upload this video. But overall, yeah, this was a pretty good album from One OK Rock. And Taka sounds really good vocally in this album. So basically, I will be returning to you for Ozzy Osbourne's Patient Number 9 album review, and Parkway Drive Darker Still album review will be the last one I do. So that might be delayed to a little later today. But until then, hope you enjoyed this album review for One OK Rock Luxury Disease. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. There'll be some track reviews coming out. I think Alter Bridge dropped a new song, so I'll check it out when I can. But until then, stay safe. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed this One OK Rock Luxury Disease album review. I worked really hard to make it as good as possible. And as always, I will see you in my next review.